All right, hello. I think we're ready to start the show. Is everyone ready to go?
I think
Yep.
so.
Hope
Excellent.
so.
Yes.
All right, hello and welcome to Next to Nothing, a podcast for gamers on a budget. I am your host, Danny K. With me, as always, the wonderful, the beautiful Mr. Green Elite. How are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. I'm alive. I'm kicking it. How are you, Danny?
I am doing very, very well. I am well rested. And we have a lot of great topics to talk about today, and I'm really excited to get into it.
I'm so jealous of you. Like, I can't say I'm well rested. I've only gotten like 3 hours of sleep every night, so
Well,
I have issues.
so we have two guests this week. I'm going to start with our first guest here, one of my greatest friends in the world. If I can blow some smoke up his ass, he looks like a deer in the headlights right now. It's Quantum Alt. How are you doing, Quantum?
Oh, I didn't know if you were talking about me or Biggs, but hey, I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Thanks for having me.
Yes. So, Quantum, for those who don't know you, I mean, you have been on the show, but it's been a very long time. For those who don't know you, where can people find you, and what are they going to find when they get there?
Yeah, so you can pretty much find me at Quantum Alt, KWAN_ALT. Sorry, Quantum, KWAN. I can't fucking spell my own name right now. I'll post it in the chat at some point. But yep, you can find me there. Usually I'm just post a lot of trash memes. Otherwise, I've been streaming pretty frequently. And then on my own personal YouTube channel, I tend to post kind of more creative type stuff. I go to school for filmmaking, so I like doing that. So yeah.
Excellent. And do you offer any services?
Oh yes, I offer many services in the forms of production assistance. I'm an editor. I've been editing for probably almost 11, 12 years now. I also do a little bit of producing, so yeah, if anyone's ever looking for help with just video production in general, that is definitely my area of expertise.
Excellent.
Do you do like video editing for anything like 18 plus? I'm working on a special project.
Hit me up after the podcast.
There we go.
Our other guest this week is a frequent one. It is Hi, I'm Biggs. Biggs, for the people who somehow wouldn't know who you are yet, why don't you go on ahead and tell the kind folks out there who you are, what you do, and where people can find you.
What's up, guys? I'm Biggs. I'm pretty much God's gift to Call of Duty. And you can find me at twitch.tv/hi_I'm_Biggs.
Stop, bro. Your head can only get so big before your neck starts getting so weak.
That's
It's true, guys. Don't listen to Green.
So before the show starts, we do have our question of the week. This one courtesy of Mr. Quantum Alt, and that is, what is the biggest video game betrayal? What is the biggest video game betrayal? That is the question of the week. If you guys want to answer that in the Twitch chat or in the YouTube comment section, please feel free to do that right now. If you guys don't have either of those, first off, how are you accessing us? And you can reach us on Twitter. Our ats are on the screen right now, or you can just tweet at me at Danny K, and I will share this with everyone else. If you guys miss any part of the show, you guys can find us on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and everywhere podcasts are found. We appreciate all of you guys for watching and listening, and we hope we provide you guys with the great quality content that you guys expect, and hopefully get some value out of this. And I think today we're going to provide a lot of value to you guys. So if we do provide that value, please help us out by subscribing, liking, sharing, following us all of our socials and stuff like that. Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
I have
absolutely.
Hit us with that new game, bro.
Yeah, so I did play a new game. It's called Remnants. It is free on... Whoops, that's the wrong one. That's the wrong button. It's called Remnants. It's a free-to-play game. It's a first-person shooter puzzle platformer with like some crafting elements. It's developed by a small team of 5 people and released earlier this month. The system requirements for this game are pretty low. It's an Intel i3 3 gigahertz processor or higher, 4 gigs of RAM, a GeForce GTX 970, 7 gigs of space on your drive, 64-bit operating system are the basic requirements. So, you know, your standard laptop is going to be able to run this thing. I know I kind of gave like a quick overview of like the genres this thing hits. I'm going to give you guys the gameplay loop right now, and that is basically you go around different set piece levels with your blaster, destroying drones and collecting gem shards. The gem shards are used to create gems, so it's like you need 10 gem shards to create a gem. And those gems are used to power up your weapons. Or not really power up your weapons. They change how your weapons behave. Like how each gem has like an elemental energy. So fire, wind, water. And everything was fine until the fire gems attacked. Earth as well. And so you use these gems to basically create different elemental effects. Your blaster has 6 slots in it, 3 sets of 2. The first slot is your left click, and the second slot is your right click. You can also combine gems. So if you have a fire gem and an earth gem, and you make them kiss, you create a lava gem, and that'll have like I had it like on my right click, and it creates basically like a time bomb that'll like have an AoE effect. Most of like the left clicks are like the same like amount of damage or behave the same way, but they'll have like different effect. Like the earth one will like leech life off of the drones. The only enemies in the game look like your quadcopters with a gun on them. And they vary in size, and they have like different patterns and stuff. The game is a really, really short experience. Probably something that you'd play for an afternoon. And just as like a note, I didn't complete the game, but from what I saw and played, each level takes about 5 to 10-ish minutes to complete, and there were about 6 levels to go through. There might be a little bit more than that, but it doesn't seem like a very long experience in the long run. I should mention that there is platforming and stuff like that per the level. And so you do have like a little bit of platforming stuff to deal with. It's not like very intense platforming, but there is some. Overall, the game runs really well. I had no major issues or major game-breaking bugs, which is good for a game like this. It didn't feel like an asset flip, and I didn't run into anything that stopped gameplay or completely ruined the experience for me, which again, good sign. But I do want to offer some critiques here in case the devs ever watch this. The game has no options menu, which is always like a red flag to me when I'm like looking at some of these things. And usually if there's no option menu, that's usually a sign that the game's not even worth looking at. And I think basically if a game, that should never happen where a game doesn't have an options menu. You should always be able to adjust your brightness, resolution, and in-game audio. Again, like I said, that's for me. If I'm looking at like a free game or something like that, and there's no options menu, it's an automatic red flag. There are some like the combat is really, really fucking boring. Like just shooting drones out of the air is not great. It's not satisfying. And I mean, they're good, they work well, they're simplistic, and they do their job well, but there needs to be more variety in how they behave. You guys, there's like a lot of weird aesthetic choices, like using lava. It clashes really hard with the hardcore speedrunning vibes when they aren't as dangerous as the player would normally expect them or perceive them to be. The lava in like the first level is not an instant kill. Like you don't fall in the lava and you get a game over screen. Like you take damage from it, which is really weird to me because to me lava is like dead. Like you fall in the lava, you're dead. So there was just a weird aesthetic choice. There was also one point like really early on in like the tutorial area where one crystal looked like the ones that you're supposed to destroy. So like where you find the gem shards are like these colored crystals that you shoot, and when you shoot them, it like breaks and whatever else. So there's one crystal set like in a statue hand, and I kept shooting it expecting to break it, and then I'm like, oh, this just must be like a part of the environment that can't break. It's a really weird. It looked like everything else in the level, and it really confused me. So that needs to be something that the devs need to look at if they plan on expanding this concept any further. Overall, not a horrible experience, but one as I when I was like looking at my notes and like trying to figure out like a way to describe this, blasé is like the best way to describe this. There isn't much here that I haven't seen before in other games. Doesn't do anything exceptionally well or interesting. I feel like this was a first-time project for a new team. Like that one step above like a student game. It could even have been a student game for all I know. There's just a significant portion, and there might be like a significant portion of the assets reused or bought, but like I said, there's no premium purchases available here. It's not asking you for any money. So if it's an asset flip in that way, that's perfectly fine. Because it's not trying to repackage something and sell you something as new when it's not. So yeah, if you need to find something to burn an afternoon on, you can find this on Steam. It's called Remnants. That's the long and short of it. Thoughts, questions, opinions you guys want to ask me? Green?
No, it sounds kind of generic. So, I mean, if it's a free to play game, it's always worth trying to get like a set opinion, like your own opinion on. But from your accounts, it's probably not something I'd pick up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like too much, but the fact that it's free, I mean, I think if I was bored enough, I think I'd pick it up. It does oddly kind of remind me of the Kirby 64 game, if you guys remember that.
How
kind of
so?
in its game. Because the whole point of the game is as you get different power-ups, they fuse and they give you different abilities. So I think I'd be interested in playing this game just because it reminds me of that.
Gotcha. Biggs, thoughts, questions?
I mean, free games, like the worst that's gonna happen, you're gonna waste an hour of your life. No harm in trying something free.
Yeah. Well, and that's kind of it. Like to me, this is a good like afternoon burner.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. If you just like you're trying to kill some time, it seems like it'd probably be fun to play.
Yeah, like that palate cleanser of like, I don't know what to play. I don't want to spend money on anything. I am tired of getting my ass handed to me in Warzone or Apex or League or whatever.
Absolutely.
Or maybe one to keep on your computer for when the internet goes down. Could be another option for it too. But overall, again, kind of blasé. Cool. Well, if that's all we have on that, let's get into probably one of the biggest topics we'll have today. And that's the COD Black Ops Cold War release. And we'll talk a little bit about COD Mobile too. But let's start with the Black Ops Cold War release. And we'll start with Green.
Yeah, so Call of Duty's full release dropped last Friday. That includes the campaign, multiplayer, and the zombies. The download was pretty decent. I think it was like 80 gigs total, 85, something like that. Not much like vastly different from the beta for multiplayer. I know they did some tweaking with the guns. Specifically, like they nerfed the snipers. They said that they nerfed the shotguns. Just a few tweaks and changes. I mean, it's like the standard Call of Duty game though. Like the maps, depending on the sizes, the spawns are not fantastic. I think that's my biggest complaint about the full release so far. And then there's a few guns that still need a little bit of tweaking as well. Most notably, the burst guns like the M16 and AUG are practically from any range. One burst, you're dead. So yeah, there's some adjusting. We talked about leveling in the guns in game as well. Multiplayer to level the guns up and get the attachments and certain camos and stuff. You have to progress with that weapon, get a certain amount of kills. It's been a slow grind. It's been really tough to like actually get like everything unlocked. Even like I'll play 3 hours a night, unless it's the weekend. And so far, I've gotten the two guns that I use the most, like maybe halfway. So, I mean, I'm not putting as much time as a lot of other Call of Duty players, but it's still like it's a hell of a grind just for those attachments and skins. But Biggs, I know you wanted to add something.
Yeah. So, like Green said, definitely like the like progression system for the weapons and leveling them up to unlock the attachments and unlock the camos and stuff it's a drag. It's probably the worst that I've ever played in any Call of Duty. And I put some hours in. Like I've already prestiged the second time. Like I got 2 gold guns. Like I put some time into it. But it's a drag. It's a drag. It's definitely it's a turn off. Like it makes me only want to use like the good guns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess I had some questions kind of like following up on Cold War from the beta. How is the sound design? Because I know a lot of people were talking about like the sound design being poor. I remember I asked you about that before. It kind of like sounded muffled. How were some of the other things? I think a lot of people were complaining about just like I mean, you guys talked about weapon balance before, and it doesn't sound like that was really fixed. But like, let's just start with like the sound design. How was that?
Go ahead. You go ahead, Green.
I don't. For my end, I really didn't experience that muffled sound when I played the beta. So that is not really fair for me to comment on. But the audio was like every game I download, I had to turn it down. It's just too loud. And this was no exception. I had to turn it down maybe a little over halfway, because like I value my eardrums. So
Okay. How about you, Biggs?
Personal opinion, I think it's at least twice as good as Modern Warfare's. At least twice as good. Like when you start the game up, it doesn't immediately blow your eardrums out. Footsteps are much better than they have been in previous titles. Like you can even distinguish the difference between enemy and teammate footsteps. They have like a different audio cue. So I mean, I don't have a problem with the audio. I think the audio is great.
Okay.
I mean, I do turn mine down as well though.
Mm-hmm.
Like I turn mine down. I turn my master volume. I turn down to I think 80. I think I have it on, and then I have the music. Just I always keep that turned off in every.
Yeah. How about? I mean, let's talk about like the level design and sets and all that stuff. Does everything feel like a Call of Duty game in terms of that? I mean, people know what they're expecting out of a Call of Duty game when it comes to like levels and maps.
For me, most of the levels feel like classic 3-lane Black Ops maps. Like there's a couple exceptions. the the one that you see in the background right now, that being one of them. Like, I think it's probably the worst map in the game, which I think that's a general perception because most of the time it always gets skipped. And that was another thing they added back, the map vote system. So, you get to pick one map or the other, and the people in the lobby vote for it. Whichever map gets the most votes, you play that one.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I definitely wouldn't say it's a solid like everything is a Call of Duty style map. I would say it's more a Black Ops style maps. Like it feels like a Black Ops game. Just set in the 80s. Like especially like Miami, the map that Biggs is referring to, there's a lot of neon aesthetic to it, like it's an 80s Miami strip, like on the beach. So
Yeah,
I
definitely
like
like
the
right out
aesthetic.
of Scarface.
Hmm. Yeah, I haven't tried it with ray tracing. I'm able to use ray tracing. I prefer not to. So like I don't know what it would look like with ray tracing, but I'm sure like if it's like this like without ray tracing on, it probably looks really good. So
Gotcha. Now I know I've been asking a lot of questions. I just want to confirm with Quan real quick. You haven't had a chance to play this yet, right?
No, I am not a huge Call of Duty player, so when it comes to stuff like this, I am just way, way out there.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure I'm not leaving you out there.
No, it's all good.
So, I mean, this is a full $60 title, right?
yes, $59.99.
How
Or
are
you
we
can get
feeling
the
about that price?
you can get the ultimate edition as well for I think 100. But I honestly I can justify it being buying it at full price because I've been having a lot of fun with the multiplayer. Um, I haven't tried zombies yet, and I haven't tried the campaign. I've heard good things about both still. But for what I'm doing, I feel like I'm getting my money's worth, like just the amount of fun I've been having. Now this game is not without its problems. I mean, especially first week of launch. We've had a
Absolutely.
lot of join issues, especially between crossplay
A lot of
as well
similar
as
problems
audio.
that I experienced when Modern Warfare first came out, because
Mhm.
I played Modern Warfare at launch as well, and a lot
Right.
of the same issues seem like a reoccurring theme. I think a lot of it might have to do with crossplay.
Yeah,
I think
the VoIP was the biggest issue.
yeah,
I think.
I feel like a lot of it has to do with crossplay
Mhm.
technicalities. But again, in my mind, I feel like that's a problem that is probably going to be ongoing until crossplay becomes more prevalent.
I could see them patching it within the first couple weeks, like especially with it being Treyarch. I feel like they're putting a little bit more dedication into the game than the previous devs for the Modern Warfare 19. Um, but yeah, like the in-game VoIP was not. I mean, it's in-game VoIP. It's never really a good
It's not as
in-game
good as
VoIP.
Discord.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Real
like
quick, just because you mentioned the devs, I want to give a shout out to a friend of ours who actually worked on. He's a part of the QA
yeah.
team, Mr. AOB Austin O'Brien. He's right there in the credits in the QA team, so shout out to him. But
Shout out to Austin.
yeah, go check out AOB and go check out his band Ghost Key.
Ghost Key. That band slaps.
Yeah, go check out their song Detach while you're also at it, because we know at least I know AOB through an acquaintance of mine, Nick, who's Ghost Key's bass player. So go check out Ghost Key and check out Nick's shit and check out Nick's Twitch too. Nick, I think he's under Nick the Yeller on Twitch. But continue with your point there. Sorry.
Pretty much got the point now. I mean, the VoIP just sucks. But I think the multiplayer's been solid. Other than that, there's definitely going to be tweaks that are needed for sure. Like especially with weapon balance, especially the M16. If you use the M16, your mom's a hoe.
Facts.
100%. Like I cannot tell you over the weekend
Which,
how many times I got one bursted by the M16 from across
which
the map.
that's a topic I want to talk about. Like, is the weapon balancing?
Go
Like
for it.
the M16, as you said, I have a very strong feeling that there's going to be adjustments made to all of the burst fire weapons. But aside from that, I think the weapon balancing is very good compared to we're on year 2 straight of M4 meta in Modern Warfare. Like
Yeah.
an entire year of Call of Duty, like 3 nerfs, and it's still hands
It's
down
like
the
every
best.
update.
Yeah, every
Every
update
update, there's
they
something
they
new.
do something to that gun, and it's still the best gun in the game, hands down. Like,
Well, it's not even that. It's like the one update they buffed the shotguns. Then the shotguns are like god tier.
yeah,
Then
it's
one
just
then
something
one
every
update.
single every single time they put in a new gun, a new update, something is broken, something is well, the underbarrel shotgun on the FAL.
That's what I was just about to say that the
God,
FAMAS. It was was it the FAL or the
it was
FAMAS?
the
I think it was the
FFR.
FAMAS.
Yeah, the FFR.
Yeah,
The FFR. Bro,
yeah.
I did not play the game. I quit playing the game for that entire week. I did not
And they
touch
patched it. They patched it in a week, right? For Modern Warfare. But for the whole time and every season update since, there's been a visual bug that they cannot fix.
it.
But
Yeah,
they sure as hell can fix that underbarrel shotgun real fucking quick.
yeah. They can add new stuff into the store every freaking week. But let's not get started on that. I don't want to get
Well,
started.
actually, no, I kind of do want to get started on that. Because as I mentioned, this is a full $60 game, right? And for an annual title. And I already have, I mean, I already mentioned some of my trepidations about paying for a $60 title when it comes to Call of Duty right now, especially as a PC player, when I know I'm not getting an equivalent product for the same price that a PS4 or PS5 player is getting. I know I mentioned
Oh,
this last week, but in terms of like PS5 players are getting a bunch of advantages. They're getting more content for the same price as a PC and Xbox One player. In another place that I mean, let's make no bones about it. Activision wants to have you pay for more with their store. So
no,
let's,
you're absolutely right.
I mean, so let's
Like
talk about it. How is that
I
looking right
I
now?
I feel from my point of view, as somebody like I actively play Call of Duty, I buy every single one. Like it doesn't matter if the game is good. If it's not good, I buy it. I play it. I play Call of Duty. You know what I mean? Like the content that it's a zombie map. I don't play zombies anyways, so I could care less. The double XP and the XP bonuses. I mean, if you're like a casual guy, or if you're somebody that has a limited amount of time, you can only play, 2 or 3 hours 3 times a week. I can see that. For me, as somebody that like I go to work and I come home and I play Call of Duty, like I have one prestige left until till the next season starts. So like the extra XP affects like hardcore players. That's gonna affect them in zero way at all. That's not a big deal. Like I'd be upset if I was a PlayStation player and like if I bought a PlayStation just to get exclusive content for Call of Duty, I'm gonna be like, that's all I get. But that's just my personal.
Brand new PlayStation 5, and you're not even
Yeah.
gonna have the full feeling of the game because
And
it's
then like
backtracked to PS4.
yeah, like let we could talk about that. Like Warzone on PS5 is actually just the backwards compatible PS4 version, and it's capped at 60 frames. You went out and bought a PS5 so that you can be up there with the PC players. You want to be good, and you're capped at 60 frames. Like that, I think is a grievance. That is I would be phenomenal. Like I would be beyond upset. Beyond upset. I bought a PC just because I was getting frame rate drops in Warzone, and I bought a PC, and it still happens. It's Warzone. It happens. But aside from that, I'm getting about 200 frames consistently all the time. Whereas on PlayStation, I had a PS4 Pro, and I was probably getting 50 consistently. So if somebody's like, Warzone's a big thing right now. Lots of people play Warzone. Like it's a big deal. You go out and you buy a PlayStation 5 thinking you're gonna have an upper hand now, and you're gonna be able to compete with the PC players that wreck you all the time. No, you're not. You're still playing a PS4 version of the game. PS4 textures, PS4 resolution. Like you can't change the refresh rate at all in the PS5 version. Like I don't know. And it's then it's the opposite with the Xbox version. The Xbox they're running up there. They have they can play on 144 hertz. They can play they get 100 plus frames. I would be upset about that, but what can you do?
I think I do have to backpedal a little bit though on like the actual in-game store. I don't is there an in-game store for Black Ops? Because I didn't see it.
There is, and there's one pack. It's the same pack that they sell every single year at the launch, and it's the what is it called?
The
The
challenge pack?
endowment. No, it's called the endowment pack, and 100% of all sales go to the Veterans Association or whatever. It goes to
Yeah,
veterans.
I'm looking at the store right now. It's calling it the Challenger pack now. It's $9.99. That's the only thing that's in the store so far.
Yeah,
And they I have not seen like in the actual multiplayer or anything like that. There's not been like a huge push on like
I haven't seen anything that says to buy something.
yeah.
Interesting.
So I think that's solid.
Okay.
I mean, I'm sure
For
once
right
once Warzone gets integrated into it, because it will in December, that's when you're going to start seeing more like that store being pushed, because it's integrated with that free to play game.
That free to play, yeah.
Which, I mean, once you throw something that's called free to play in, that automatically means that a multi-billion dollar company is going to be like, we need money because it's free. Help us.
Yeah, and when it comes to free to play stuff, I don't mind certain monetization practices. I think some of them are scummier than others. Warzone is, for the most part, I mean, it's in the middle of the road going towards the high road. It's not nearly as bad as like where some of the mobile stuff is.
Oh no, but it's up there though, because like it's every week is something like there's something new every week.
Yeah.
And like instead of like spending like they have a full fucking team working on adding shit to that store, right? Every week. But they have 2 people working on the cheating report system. Like they send in the reports, they get the reports in, the 2 people go through the footage and then issue bans from there. 2 people. Right?
Yeah.
No fucking like anti-cheat system. It's 2 guys in a chair. Like, come on. But they can spend like, 10 people working on in-game cosmetics for people to buy.
Got to keep those artists employed, dude.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Hell yeah.
But I mean, I don't think it'd matter if you keep those artists employed if like everyone drops the game because they can't fucking play.
True, that's valid. And there's the cheating with Warzone is, I mean, that's such a huge fucking issue. I've seen you have some.
I can't go into solo. Like if I go into solo Call of Duty, I always like every other match I will run into a cheater who wins the game. I'll watch them and they will win the game with 15 kills using a Car 98, no scope, wall hack, aimbot, just picking people off. I have it like recordings on my PC of people doing this shit.
Oh, I've seen it on your stream.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've talked about COD, Black Ops, Cold War, which is just a fucking mouthful of a fucking title. Let's talk about COD Mobile. Quan, you got your hands on COD Mobile a little bit.
Yeah, so I have never touched COD Mobile ever since it came out. Again, it's not my thing. If anyone remembers me from the last time I was here, I'm a big RPG person. But I played a little bit of COD Mobile. Not the experience I was expecting. I was expecting something a little bit more traditional Call of Duty. I played a little bit, Black Ops 1 and 2 and those came out and all that. But it was really easy to play. And that's something that I didn't think I'd be able to come out of this saying. I am the worst when it comes to first-person shooters. I just don't have that reaction. in those kinds of games like that. So I was expecting to get destroyed, but I played a handful of matches and I was coming out with like really nice kill streaks. I think a big part of that is one of the default options in the game is you auto fire. So instead of having to sit there, line up your shot, and pull some kind of trigger, when you line up the shot, the game detects if there's a player there, and then it sends off a burst. So I think that's just one thing that made it really easy. I did try playing with the normal press to shoot, but just with mobile controls. I don't know. I don't think we're quite there yet, where they're just like top notch unless you're using like a Bluetooth controller.
Which you can't
But
access if you're on Apple.
Android all the way.
Apple.
Fuck Apple. But yeah, overall, it was it was kind of a different experience. It definitely seemed more. I understand why they made the changes they did. It definitely felt more like a mobile experience, but I don't know. It just felt kind of weird with how easy everything felt. It felt like baby's first Call of Duty.
Yeah, which is kind of how I think that's similarly how I described it. So it's been out for about a year now.
Yeah.
And I got my hands back on it just to see if there's any like major updates really, and there really isn't. There wasn't anything there that I'm like, oh, that's brand new. It was a lot of like changes to the store. They've added like a few maps, I think, or maybe changed around a few maps. But there wasn't anything there that I'm like, oh wow, this is like a totally different experience from what it was last year. Which is how they're going to be handling Warzone.
I will say the UI is so clunky.
Holy cow. Yeah, that
just,
go ahead.
Oh, the tutorial, I didn't fully understand what I was being told with going for, I think it was like the members card or something like that. And then they're like leveling up the guns, having the different type of XP cards. It's just a lot to throw at somebody. And honestly, I'm a pretty big mobile player. Like I play a lot of gacha games. Like those are my like trashy addiction. And those tend to throw a lot at you, but they kind of space it out so that once you kind of understand everything, you're pretty much a pro at the game. Whereas this, it was just too much information all within like 5 minutes. And so many little pop-up ads trying to get me to pay for stuff. It was just very overwhelming.
Yeah, the UI is trash. I don't understand. This is one of my biggest pet peeves when it comes to like mobile games. Is why have so much shit on your screen when it's a 16:9 ratio, or is it 9:16? 9:16.
Yep.
9:16 ratio in like a tiny ass screen. Like, what's the largest phone screen on the market right now? Like, maybe 10 inches?
Whatever the size of the Z Fold is right now.
Yeah. So I'm just like, why cram all this and make it really hard to even navigate? But
like, I get why they do it, because they want to overwhelm you so that you feel like you have to buy something. I feel like it's the same logic they use at like Target or something. That's why they have like the red color scheme.
mm-hmm.
It's supposed to make you want to get a bunch of stuff quick. So I understand it, but I feel like if you have a decent understanding of how this kind of marketing works, it overwhelms me, and then I just want to stop playing.
Mm-hmm. Biggs, Green, did you guys get your hands on COD Mobile at all in the last little while since it's been released? We'll go Green.
I never touched it. I have yet to touch COD Mobile. That I try to avoid putting games on my phone as much as possible. Just because I'm already on my phone enough as it is, like with social media. So I don't need to spend more time on gaming.
Gotcha. Biggs.
I played it during the beta, and I think like right when it launched, but that was about it. I haven't really played it since, so I'm not really sure. I mean, it was fun. It felt like Call of Duty mobile, like it was cool.
Yeah.
It's pretty much the same thing as Call of Duty, just on your phone.
Yeah. I think for the most part, Call of Duty Mobile you can still say the same things that we said about it when we reviewed it the first time. There's not a ton of differences from when it was released. I just don't think I mean, if you weren't interested in it before, you're not going to be interested in it now because not enough has changed. And that's kind of just where Call of Duty Mobile is at, I think.
Yeah, I mean it's a Tencent game. Like they seem to all follow the same pattern. PUBG Mobile is the same way.
Mm-hmm.
You know, pretty much it feels like a PUBG Mobile clone, but it's just Call of Duty instead of PUBG.
Which we'll talk about actually after the break. Do you guys have anything else on COD before? What's that?
So I was trying to lead into it.
Yeah. Well, if you guys want to hear what we're going to be talking about PUBG Mobile for, stay tuned. Do you guys have anything else you want to mention on COD Black Ops before we go to break?
If you're a Call of Duty fan, get it. It's fun. I had fun. If you're a Modern Warfare only fan, you're probably not going to like it. Like it's not it. You know, it's regular Call of Duty. It's not like Modern Warfare Call of Duty.
Gotcha. Well, we're going to go to break. We'll be back in 2 minutes. Stay right there. I hope you guys are enjoying the show. We do this podcast to help you guys figure out what games to play when you're low on cash and help you put into perspective what all the weekly gaming news means and what it could mean for your wallet. Have we helped you save a little money recently? If so, could you do us a favor? Subscribe to us on YouTube. Make sure you ring that bell and drop a like and tell a friend about us. We sincerely appreciate you for watching and listening. And please, enjoy the rest of the show. All right, and we are back. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. And let's get into our next topic here, which is we just have some news updates. The first one, as we teased a little bit before, is PUBG Corp has created a new PUBG Mobile just to get around the ban in India. So this was actually Biggs was on the show the last time we talked about this. The Indian government had banned Tencent from operating within the country. Tencent being the Chinese technology firm that has its tentacles basically in like every sector of the gaming market. And so a lot of the concern, or the reason they had banned Tencent, was because of Tencent's connections to the Chinese government and privacy concerns. So the ban came in September from the Indian government, and basically PUBG Corp had to come up with a new way to get the app back into India. India is the second, or I think it's the first or second largest mobile market in the world. And the way that they did this was by creating a new firm to exclusively operate within India. And this is really notable because people might be like, well, aren't you guys all Americans? Why are you guys talking about this? This is really notable because the Trump administration, while it was still a thing, or while it still technically is until January 20th, was planning on banning both Tencent and ByteDance, who owns TikTok, from operating in the country. It's currently, it seems like the feds, because the deadline had already passed, but it seems like the feds had kind of forgotten about the ban. And with the Biden administration, it's entirely possible that it won't happen at all, but and I would say it's probable that it's not going to happen, that that Biden's going to pull back, rescind that executive order. But it is still entirely possible that maybe they won't. Maybe. And so it's interesting to see just how much PUBG Corp had to do to get around a ban, and what they would most likely have to do here in the United States if they weren't able to completely sever their ties with Tencent. Well, just to get some opinions on it, we'll start with Quan.
I guess I don't have a huge opinion on this. I do definitely think that it is a safe business tactic for them to try to push, especially in the article that we're kind of citing from. It does also bring up the Himalayan border dispute. So it's very tense over there, so I can understand why they would do something that I don't think a lot of companies would necessarily do so quickly. On top of that, too, it is kind of nice that they will also be trying to bring more of an esports edge into India, with them trying to fund tournaments, competitions, and stuff like that, as well as esport teams. I guess on surface level, it does seem like it has a lot of good intentions. Although with Tencent, it's Tencent.
Well, Tencent won't be involved in the new stuff in India.
Oh, right. My bad. But yeah, overall, I understand why they're going to these lengths and why they're going so far as to create more of a tailored experience for the Indian market. Because I guess essentially at this point they really have to if they want to keep a hold on that.
Yeah. Green, let's go to you.
Well, I saw it coming because like PUBG is pretty lucrative in that area. I don't really have a huge opinion on it. I just and you said it's Tencent, right? Is like over the new the company that's pushing this, right? Or do they not have their hands in it?
No, so PUBG Corp had to completely sever ties with Tencent for their app in India. So Tencent isn't allowed anywhere near this. Basically, it's a new app that they had to create, and they're nowhere in Tencent to operate for PUBG Corp to operate in India or operate this app in India. Tencent can't even have a whiff of it.
Good on them. Fuck Tencent. I don't like Tencent.
Yes.
But yeah, so yeah, I see the solid reason for that, because I mean, that area of Asia is really big into PUBG. So that's a massive market that they were missing out on.
Yeah,
if they had just advertise from Tencent to make that money, it's only logical that they did that.
Yeah, well, not even just PUBG. It's huge on mobile gaming in general. So any company that wants to operate there needs to have some sort of mobile offering. And that's why you see a lot of these AAA game, like Call of Duty Mobile and this new Diablo's Immortal, which is that even operating right now? I don't know if that's operating. Or if that's still in development or not. But yeah, that's a huge
it's
thing.
still in development.
Is it?
Yeah.
You guys have phones, right?
Yeah.
Man,
that was
Biggs,
good.
Your thoughts?
I feel like we have this conversation like pretty often. Um, I think Tencent is shisty. Like something they're doing something that is no good. Whether it's just hearsay, it's speculation. You know, if it's one person that's like, I'm suing Tencent, I don't trust them, they're shady. But when you have multiple countries' governments like, look, something's going on here. Maybe.
Yeah, what I would
You
like.
know, I just feel like there's always some truth in every speculation. Like it's coming from somewhere.
Yeah.
Something that they're doing is no good, and I think that they're the whole they got a racket on the industry, man. Like they got their finger in so much stuff. Like it's like a kid in a candy store. It's I don't trust them.
So I will say, just like as like generally, you're talking about multiple governments here. As Quan alluded to, and was as our source, which I think is from Gaming Biz, right?
Yes.
So yeah, from Gaming Biz, India is in a geopolitical conflict over the Kashmir region in the Himalayas. That's a region like it. Actually, I didn't realize how contested it is, but it borders Pakistan, India, and China, and it's heavily disputed area. So it makes sense that India would be like, hey, look, we have national security reasons, and similar to what the United States has, the Trump administration had quoted a lot of national security reasons to ban TikTok and start banning Tencent apps in the United States. So there's a little bit of a what's that?
They didn't people that proof. They just said, "Hey, there's some security issues."
Yeah. So there is a bit there. I would actually like to see what like is happening in the EU with this stuff. Is the EU investigating? I haven't really heard much about that. But let's move on from that update to the other update. And this is again kind of a smaller update. That's why I'm not like splitting this up into huge conversations. But on the Epic and Apple lawsuit, we got like a little bit of movement, and that is Judge Yvonne Gonzalez Rogers, who is presiding over the case, has denied Apple's claim that Epic circumventing the 30% constituted theft. So if we kind of go back through our history here, Epic filed their antitrust lawsuit against Apple when Apple took Fortnite down from the App Store when Epic added their own direct payment process, which Apple requires that all apps use the Apple Pay system and takes 30%. Similar to Google, which I do have a little bit of Google information here, because I think a lot of us are kind of forgetting that Google is also involved in this controversy, just not as publicly. So Apple is now claiming, or that they countersued when the antitrust lawsuit was brought against them. They countersued saying that, hey, the fact that you circumvented our 30% cut on this constitutes theft. Gonzalez Rogers dismissed the claims at the hearing last Tuesday, saying, quote, "You can't just say Epic's conduct is independently wrongful. You have to have facts." End quote. That's exactly what she told Apple's counsel.
Fierce.
This judge takes no shit. I think we said that last time. She takes absolutely no shit.
Oh, no, she does not.
Like a little bit of information, because I do have some Google information here, and it is kind of pertinent to the case. Google has formally requested their dispute with Epic be kept separate from Apple, which is why you don't see Google and Apple in a joint case here. And they are attempting to push their hearings until October 2022. And I have a feeling the reason they're doing, and this is just pure speculation on my part, I have a feeling the reason they're trying to do that is if the Apple case goes the way of Apple, then Google is in the clear. If it doesn't go the way of Apple, Google will try to correct that and overrule that precedent, I think. So I think that's their main strategy. Those are the updates. We'll kind of I'll go Mr. Green. Do you have any thoughts on this?
No, it's just waiting for it all to be done and over with, so I can see who comes out on top and what that means for antitrust laws going forward, especially with video games.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Biggs, opinions?
Nothing that hasn't already been stated.
And Quan, anything you want to add?
I'm not nearly as invested in this case as y'all. It sounds fun, but
it's
we've just
on
been
this
following
episode.
it since like the start. So
On this episode of the days of our lives, like it's like perfect. Like they needed like a little intro like that. Like this time on Apple versus Epic.
Next time on Dragon
Romance
Ball
for
Z.
Bloom.
oh my god, I'm gonna Photoshop. I'm gonna Photoshop that now.
Yeah. And part of it, and let me just, because we have another lawsuit story that we're going to talk about here in just a minute, but it's just so, wait for it.
Daddy.
Sexy. Sorry, I played a sexy sound effect. I know you guys couldn't hear it.
Okay.
It's just so sexy to talk about lawsuits. Which, like I said, we do have another lawsuit that we wanted to talk about today. Before we say anything, do you guys want to take a guess? You guys want to take a guess on who's getting sued?
I know.
I think I have a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you guys want to actually say the guess or no?
I mean, it's pretty.
It's not-
It's pretty straightforward.
Is it a two-letter? Is it a two-letter word?
It's Activision. No, I'm kidding. It's EA.
Electronic Arts.
Again?
Okay.
Again? Yeah. So EA is facing another lawsuit over its Ultimate Team loot box system and the use of the dynamic difficulty adjustment. I really hope anyone who's listening on the podcast feed heard my air quotes there. This time they're getting sued right here in the beautiful USA. My source on this story is Rebecca Valentine from gamesindustry.biz. Go check out the original article if you guys want some more in-depth information. The suit is being filed in the U.S. District Court of North California, which I am like 99.9% sure is the same court that the Epic and Apple lawsuit is going into. Probably be a different judge, but wouldn't that be hilarious if it was the same judge? There are 3 plaintiffs. Jason, I'm going to apologize to these gentlemen. Jason Zajonc, Zajonc, Danielle Williams, and Pronco Lozano. I want to say Pronco Lozano, but I'm not sure. Once again, I apologize to these folks.
I feel like these are aliases. Like
right,
they're
these
like,
can't be real names.
Yeah, it's like, oh, we got to stick with our in-game names, guys. Like, we got to really stick to the script. We're gamers. We're gamers. This is the names.
I don't know if they're lawyers. I kind of hope that these are like just like 3 lawyers who are filing this together, because that would just be kind of cool. So they're claiming in their filing that EA's actions violate the California Consumers Legal Remedies Act, false advertising law, unfair competition law, and that EA's actions qualify as unjust enrichment. What are their actions? Well, they allege that the use of the dynamic difficulty adjustments technology is used to frustrate players into purchasing more loot boxes and player packs and effectively make high stat players not play as well as they should. Here are some quotes. Quote, EA's undisclosed use of the difficulty adjusting mechanism deprives gamers who purchase player packs of the benefit of their bargains because EA's difficulty adjusting mechanisms, rather than only the stated ranking of the gamer's ultimate team players and the gamer's relative skill, dictates or at least highly influences the outcome of the match. Basically, what they're saying is that this dynamic system is used to, so if you pay a bunch of pay for a bunch of player packs and you have a high ranked team, the difficulty adjustment takes those gains and compresses it. So you could be here and expect to be beating people at like this level, but now it's going to automatically adjust so it's more even. Basically anti-pay to win. It's pay to keep playing at the same level. Another quote here, quote, this is a self-perpetuating cycle that benefits EA to the detriment of EA sports gamers, since difficulty adjustment mechanisms make gamers believe their teams are less skilled than they actually are, leading them to purchase additional player packs in hopes of receiving better players and being more competitive. So again, back to, you expect you're going to be getting at this level, but in reality, they artificially increase it so it's at like this level, and so you're going to pay to get up to this level. Make sense? You're going to pay more to keep getting higher.
So on that, about a year ago, maybe a little bit longer, it was when Anthem came out. I posted the link to a patent that EA owns for the system for that uses that programming. It was the patent that they had on the system, and it's specifically designed so that if you play really well and don't buy stuff, you're going to lose. And you're going to lose to people that have bought stuff. And it's going to make it so the whole reasoning behind it is so that you're losing to these people that have bought stuff, even though like you shouldn't be playing against these people because they're, higher ranks, whatever. And it's supposed to pressure you into being like, well, man, I need to buy this stuff too so that I can perform as well as they do.
Yeah, and I feel like we spoke about this system. Green, do you recall this at all? I feel like we have.
I think I might have posted it into your Discord because they had a whole patent for it, and I actually went and found the patent, posted the link. I don't know if I sent it to your Discord or not, but I actually remember I looked a lot into this. It was right when Anthem had came out because I thought for sure that they were going to use it in Anthem. But alas, nothing became Anthem. So.
It's still got a chance, baby. Still got a chance.
Anthem 2.0?
Yeah.
We'll see. I might revisit that one day.
Yeah. Green, do you recall talking about this at all?
I think so.
I know I at least saw stuff on it.
I think we talked about it.
Yeah. Also, I'm going to apologize. I feel like I've been talking all... What's that?
I said it's jank regardless.
Yeah,
it's super janky. It's like a reverse skill-based matchmaking. Like,
yeah.
First off, nobody likes skill-based matchmaking anyways, Call of Duty. But then, like, to use it to pressure your player base into buying these packs, man, that's foul. That's shady. That's so underhanded. Like,
well, I do have to sidestep here. Did we say what game they're referring to in this? Like,
Madden Ultimate
FIFA.
I was gonna say it
sounds
a whole lot like FIFA.
Yeah, Madden Ultimate Teams does the same thing. Yeah, Madden has the Ultimate Team system.
I think this is specific. The lawsuit focuses specifically on FIFA, but I mean, I know the system is in place for a lot of games.
Well, they've been the poster child for spending a boatload of money for stupid shit that they're just gonna recycle the next year, anyways. So it doesn't surprise me.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm actually a little surprised to see this particular thing come up because, as we've seen in a lot of lawsuits, usually it's regarding these companies not having like a gambling license, essentially. Like they're operating like illegal casinos.
I think another thing is like they feel like it's gonna go a little more under the radar because the people that tend to play sports games are not quite as like gamer savvy, like they might not really know like what loot crates are. You know, they're more casual player base. So I feel like that could be another thing. Like they feel like it's going to slide under the radar.
Yeah. Well, in these particular games are very common gifts from parents to children, right? Because a football game or a soccer game or, you know, NBA 2K, that's not a game you have to really necessarily worry about giving to little Timmy, right? Timmy's not going to see a titty playing Madden. He's not going to see a dude, he's not going to see a demon get its face stomped out in Madden. Yet. If you guys want, you know, a Madden game where you want to get violence, just go on ahead and play Blood Bowl.
Depends on what kind of ad they're putting in it.
True. Yeah, I mean, if they're gonna just go on, if EA starts throwing the boys ads everywhere.
I was hoping more for Brazzers.
Brazzers ads. Get your Brazzers originals right here.
I think 2K might be teetering on that line.
Of course. So yeah, it's interesting because, like I said, a lot of the lawsuits that we see regarding loot boxes is mostly on the idea of like, hey, they're operating an illegal casino. That's not really happening here. They're saying that this is a very specific mechanism that EA is employing that manipulates players, and also the use of this system also constitutes false advertising. If the plaintiffs are successful, what they're asking the court to do is to have EA stop the alleged misrepresentation of the player packs and card mechanisms, including a corrective advertising campaign to fix the mistakes, and they're also asking for restitution of funds that the court would deem unlawful. So that could be one of those things that if you spent money on this in the past, you could get your money back. Maybe. You'd probably get like an email or something in your inbox from EA and just being like, hey, you get $5 back that you can only spend in our store. Yeah. And as someone who has received an email about a class action lawsuit, which I was sent incorrectly. It was a couple years ago for some GPUs. NVIDIA got sued for like everyone had bought like a certain set of GPUs, which my GPU and my current rig is in the same class. I just don't remember which one it is. And I'm on a power color AMD thing, but I was incorrectly sent it is the point. Everyone got like $21. That was how much the court deemed was enough.
The old bulldozer thing, yeah. I think
Yeah.
it was called bulldozer.
It was an NVIDIA thing, and I basically Newegg had sent me an email mistakenly, being like, "Hey, you're entitled to $21," and then like 24 hours later, like, "Hey, sorry, you bought a Radeon card, not an NVIDIA. We're idiots." So that's probably exactly how it's gonna go down. It's gonna be like, oh yeah, hey, whatever email is connected to your EA account, you get $5, or I don't think they're gonna charge it back to your card. They're probably gonna make you like spend it on for something else.
Yeah, chances are they're just gonna put it into your account, and like whatever their currency is that you're gonna have to spend in their store anyways.
Yeah. So that's the EA lawsuit in California. Any other thoughts, opinions, questions that we wanted to get out there?
Hope they win.
I hope they win as well.
Yeah, I've got nothing else. I mean, we'll see how this lands. So here's the one that this next topic, I feel like this is one we could not have gotten a better group of people together to discuss this. And I feel like this is the one where there's going to be a lot of yelling. So it was announced today that Twitch and Monstercat, which is an electronic music record label, formed a partnership where if you pay for the Monstercat Gold membership, not only will you get access and a license to use their music for broadcasts and videos, but you'll automatically get onboarded to become a Twitch affiliate. The price for the gold membership is $5 a month, so you pay that $5 a month, you're automatically a Twitch affiliate. As a quick refresher, maybe you guys are just viewers or don't really know how the whole Twitch thing works. You have unaffiliated streamers who can't earn subs, bits, or ad revenue, right? They can only get followers and have viewers, hang out, and, you know, play games and do whatever. Then you have affiliates, which 3 out of the 4 of us here are. An affiliate...
Yeah, get out of here, Danny.
Are you feeling a little bit like the black sheep over here?
For multiple reasons, yes.
As I say, unintended pun there, I guess. So affiliates can gain subs or can earn subs, bits, and ad revenue. And then you have partners who get all of those things plus a higher CPM on their ad revenue. They get more indirect Twitch support, and there's a lot of prestige and branding opportunities that come with it. Am I missing anything there, Green?
No, I would say that's pretty straightforward.
Okay. So normally, in order to get affiliate status on Twitch, you need to have 50 followers, stream for a consecutive of 500 minutes within 30 days, and have 3 consecutive viewers during that time. I'm sorry, did I say 500 minutes consecutive? No, it's just a 500 total minutes within 30 days and have 3 consecutive viewers.
3 average viewers.
Yes, 3 average consecutive.
Yep.
So, and just real quick, that bar, and I don't mean to like flex on anyone here or anything like that, that is extraordinarily low. In order to get past that, that's a pretty low barrier to entry.
That can be done in a week if you pick the right game and like have people consistently watch you and actually get the follows push out. I mean, I'm not saying that it's guaranteed in a week. I mean, it can take some time.
Yeah,
but like I've seen people who get it in like 2 days.
I hit affiliate in 2 months.
Shut your mouth.
I mean, I don't condone it, but there's a lot of people you put like L for L or F for F in your thing, and people will just come lurk your channel.
Yeah,
people will just come follow you. You follow them back. Yeah, it's pretty easy to hit those numbers.
Yeah.
Like,
when compared to the YouTube partnership program, which I will say, right, there is a difference between the YouTube partnership program in which they only have that one program. And depending on how large of a creator and how much influence you have on the platform, you can pull different strings depending on who you know. Kind of like how some Twitch partners can. But this is just if you make content on YouTube and you want to make money, you have to be in the partnership program. And the minimum that you need to do is 1,000 subscribers, 4,000 valid public watch hours over the course of 1 year or 12 months, and have a linked AdSense account. That's what's required. Right? So the grind to basically be able to monetize your content for YouTube is way, way harder than it is on Twitch. Twitch has a very relatively easy affiliation program. And so basically, and I'm just going to get right into my opinion here on this whole thing. To be honest, with how low the barrier is to become a Twitch affiliate, this isn't necessarily a huge deal to me because of how low it is. And generally, in, being self-deprecating here, the affiliate program lets a lot of low-tier creators like myself make money on content that is basically worthless. Again, I'm trashing on myself here. I am surprised.
Do you need a hug?
I'm surprised anyone watches my bullshit and wants to pay me any money for it.
Oh, you know what content I'm paying for?
You're paying for this.
I'm paying for those fucking calves.
Oh yeah. Let me see that muscle nut.
Just let me go ahead. Yeah, this is the content you guys want. So, but I do have major issues with this whole scheme. The first is it only amplifies the shitty mindset that already pervades this the streaming scene, and that is that streaming is a get rich quick scheme, right? The majority of people who stream don't get their money out of it, and you're not going to get your money back out of it.
Don't get any money out of it.
They don't get any money out of it, and whatever you invest in it, you're not going to get back out.
No.
That's the majority of people.
I spend that money for fun, Danny. Damn.
Well, it's just, Green, you and I have met people who have spent way too much fucking money to do this.
Just to quit in like a week.
Just to quit within a week or a month. To find out, I mean, and so this to me is just another part of that shitty mindset of, hey, I pay $5 for Monstercat's premium. I can use music and I'm already an affiliate on Twitch, right? I don't have to. And that's just like, if that's like your first step, right? Oh yeah, I just bought my PC, built it. I paid somebody for emotes. I paid $75 for my fucking emotes. I built a $2,000 PC. I bought $100 microphone, $100 webcam. I'm already sitting here at what is that? $2,200. I'm paying for an overlay pack that cost me another $50. So what, we're at $2,300 right there. And all of a sudden, like, this person starts streaming. They're at it for a month. They're an affiliate, but they don't have any followers. And what? They quit? What's the point of that? The affiliate program, as you start to go about it, should be there to cull out those people so they don't waste their time and their money trying to stream and try to make it.
Absolutely. I feel like it's really there to like help teach you how to grow your channel, like how to be more successful as a streamer, retain your viewership. It's not just about having, getting that push and getting those average viewers. It's about making those average viewers come back every stream
and finding your content. Like, the biggest thing is like when you're pushing for affiliate and you're just starting out, you have to find like the content and get that experience in the content. Because like if you're just going straight to affiliate and you're expecting to make money, you're not going to have anyone coming to your stream. Like, I don't care. Like, if someone uses this, like, it's not going to hurt me any. Like, I'm not upset about it. It's really just a ploy for them to pay Monstercat's money for their music. That probably sucks anyways. I don't know. I haven't listened to it.
It's middle of the road EDM.
Yeah. So yeah, it sucks. Okay. Thank you for answering that question. So yeah, like you can find free music on the internet. Like Stream Beats is free. YouTube's free.
Has hundreds of hours of no copyright playlists that have, like all kinds of music, all kinds of genres.
Yeah.
So real quick, because I've been an affiliate for going on 3 years now. Green, you've been an affiliate for 2 years, year and a half?
Roughly 2 years.
Roughly 2 years. Biggs, you're at 7 months.
Yeah.
Quan, you're the one here who's unaffiliated. How are you feeling about this?
So I go two ways on this. From the business perspective of Twitch, I totally understand this. Basically, because a lot of kids have this dream of becoming a big streamer, a big YouTuber. I know you talked about it. Like a lot of people expect to get something out of this financially. And I feel like this is a really smart move on Twitch's end because basically they're extorting all of these parents for this $5 subscription. Now, from a personal perspective, like you said, Danny, I think this can this does contribute to a really negative mindset. And I say this as somebody who wants to work in the media industry, like as a career. A lot of people just expect that once you can get past, the small, like, or essentially small, just the general barrier to entry, that things are going to be easy from there. You're going to be making money, getting those hookups, playing Among Us with AOC in no time, that kind of shit. And it's really, like, I'd say in, like, what, about the month and a half that I've been streaming, I'm not an affiliate yet, but I feel like I've learned a lot. I've enjoyed the experience of having to, of having a stream that has, 15 people in it and having a stream that only has 2 people in it. Both have taught me something that I feel like is contributing towards potentially getting bigger. So I feel like a lot of people are gonna subscribe to this service, and then that's where they think they peak out at. You said it before, like the learning opportunity kind of it's a little jaded.
Yeah, so someone
Yeah.
here is correcting us. They say it lets you apply via Monstercat. Doesn't mean you'll be accepted.
And you have to have that
Which-
Monstercat Gold subscription for 30 days before you can apply for that too. And then you click for the apply, and then they'll send, like, Twitch will send you something like an email in the next, like, I think it said 3 to 5 business days.
Yeah.
So I feel like that contributes to my idea even more so of like Twitch basically extorting parents and other people for money. There's not even a guarantee that you're gonna get it. It's an application, which is basically $5.
Yeah. I don't know. So there's this whole thing like you and I were talking about where um it contributes a lot of bad ideas into the streaming scene, which is already fraught with horrible get rich quick mentality. Which you know what? I got swept up in that. I had a lot of really good fucking success in my first 6 months. I made enough money in my first 6 months of streaming that when I was basically unemployed, when I was eating a lot of shit, made things a lot easier for me. It paid for an entire semester of tuition for me, basically. We can't, and I think it's terrible for Twitch and for Monstercat to be promoting that bad mindset. As someone, in Quan mentioned this, me and Quan we not only been lifelong friends, but we're in this, at least I'm an alum, he's still in the program. We're graduating from the same department at the same university in media production. If two guys who have media connections and know-how can't fucking make it, what chance does a kid who is spending all this fucking money have? It's a lot of it is luck and a lot of it is skill.
Yeah.
And to basically make this all seem like a get rich quick scheme is irresponsible on a lot of levels.
Well, it's not just about like the actual, like, what you can do on the stream. It's a lot of what you can do off the screen too. Like,
Absolutely.
a lot of it is
Absolutely.
marketing yourself, because
Yeah.
you have to you have to make content on stuff that's more discoverable, like TikTok, or like TikTok, Twitter, YouTube, stuff like that, just to get people to your stream. Because
Like,
Twitch
put
is
your link on
fucking,
Facebook. You got friends. Like, tell them to come check you out, and you'll grow. Like, eventually, people will be like, "Oh, hey." Like,
Twitch's discoverability is not great. It's it's one of the worst social medias for like discoverability.
Twitch literally does nothing
Well,
for your discoverability
that's the thing, that
aside
they're a
from their
business.
directory.
Yeah, it's their business. Like the people who get higher accounts get better ad revenue. So of course they're going to push the people that have higher views. So you have to be willing to go to other places, and you also have to work on um, you know talking to other streamers and collaborating with other streamers that are in your area, and then you benefit each other and you grow together. Versus like you can't pay $5 and then possibly get this affiliate right away and expect people just to show up on your stream. Just because you're an affiliate doesn't mean people are going to show up. You have to have the content to back it up.
Yeah.
You have to have the marketing to back it up. Like, and I suck at that. Like
Me too.
I'll admit I suck at putting YouTube videos up or TikTok, Twitter, all that stuff. I suck at that. That's one of the things I need to work on the most. But
And not
like,
only that, but then you
Yeah.
have to find like, all right, so you don't necessarily have to be like, say you stream Call of Duty. You don't necessarily have to be good at Call of Duty to be a successful streamer. You know what I mean? Like, well, there's plenty of streamers out there that are absolute dog shit at the game they play, you know, and they still get 15K viewers. Like, you got to have
because
that.
that's their content. That's their content.
Yeah, you have to have that that personality. Like, you know, it's way more about how you can entertain the people in your channel. Like, gameplay streamers really don't make it. Like, gameplay streamers that's not like.
I mean, Shroud's pretty up
Yeah,
there.
but what is that, like 0.001%
It just depends.
of?
It's all about the content. Like, so like what you're going into, it should be what your brand is. So like if you're saying you're a pro player, people are going to come because they're watching your gameplay and your skill.
And you better be able
Versus, like-
to perform. Like, if
versus
my
like a
thing is
character
you're gonna have
player,
to perform.
like Dr. Disrespect or XQC. They're all character character streamers. Like Tyler One.
I had
Tyler One.
I had
He's
like
a-
like Tim the Tatman. He was like in
Yeah.
my head because like he's terrible. Like, he'll have 20K viewers watching him play like Warzone, and he's terrible at Warzone. Like, it's
So-
not all about being good at the game.
Yeah. Can I offer some information that I've learned not only in my schooling but just from other creators? And I think Juan can back me up on this. So first off, entertainment is a word where we think about like, oh, it has, like, we have to laugh or whatever, but entertainment is anything that elicits an emotion.
Yep.
Anger, sadness, despair, horniness, joy, laughing, that's anything that elicits any sort of emotion is entertainment. And entertainment is only one part of the value, and you have to create value in order to properly monetize content. Media really only exists because of advertising. And advertisers only want things that provide value. And that's what your customers essentially want. That's what your audience wants too, is they want value. You have to provide value, and that value can be the entertainment, and it can be like the game, or it can be the laughing fun moments. It could be the learning how to play this particular esport and stuff like that. But that value has to be there, and I think there's this disconnect with a program like this where you might be able to just skip that whole process of learning how to even produce content that has value, in just kind of like let people bypass that and not learn that lesson. And that's incredibly detrimental to the website, I think. In terms of the quality of the content, it's going to be bad for discoverability. Quan looks like he has something he wants to say.
I was gonna say this. I don't remember. I think it was Jake Paul, one of the Paul brothers. This reminds me a lot of their scheme. Was it like Club 1000 or something like that? Do you guys know what I'm talking about?
I don't.
It was a honestly, I'm seeing some of this kind of the same red flags that his program had. But basically, what would happen is you would pay. It's one of those fake schools. So essentially, you pay like an enrollment cost, then you pay like for like the first package, then you pay for like the advanced package, and then it goes on and so forth, to the point that basically you end up dumping a lot of money. This doesn't seem as extreme, at least not right now. Hopefully, it will never get to that point, being something that's affiliated with Twitch. But yeah, it just feels like you're dropping money. And let's say a bunch of people who do end up paying for this end up becoming an affiliate. We said it at the beginning. It doesn't really mean anything anymore. If everyone can just pay for affiliate, then it's not really anything. And that kind of goes back to the whole the Paul brother thing, where basically they were marketing for a bunch of people to become YouTube stars, and I think it normalizes the idea of being a part of something too much. And I'm all about someone feeling at home and feeling a part of something. But I think certain things like this, even though it is a low barrier to entry, there's some effort that needs to go into it to actually understand it. And I just can't help seeing a parallel to that situation in which that ended up really screwing over a lot of people, because a lot of people put a lot of money into that and then never truthfully got anything out of it.
If everyone's affiliate, no one is.
And no one is.
Right.
Yeah. Which, again, to say there is a bit of ridiculousness here where this is like even an option where you can get like priority to affiliation, when affiliation is to get affiliate on Twitch is a very low entry to barrier. Like, I'm not necessarily mad about the idea of like paying to become an affiliate or whatever. I'm just more like, first off, it's a waste of fucking money. Don't do it. If anyone out there, if anyone is coming here and they're wondering, should I start streaming on Twitch? Should I maybe do this to get affiliate right away? My answer is going to be 100% no. Don't waste your fucking time. Don't waste your money. Take the time, produce the content.
Unless you're coming from another platform and you already have a basis, I would definitely disagree. Like, I would definitely not.
Oh, you wouldn't even need that then, though.
So if you're coming from their platform, you already got a following.
Yeah, you have like.
You still wouldn't need to pay because you're gonna get it naturally. Like,
yeah, you're gonna hit that time. You're gonna hit that timepiece like in a week. I could get that timepiece in a week. It was the followers and the average that took me the longest.
Yeah, the average viewer count is what took me the longest.
Followers for me. I was also when I say it took me 2 months, I was in a cult game when I was playing that. When I was playing Dirty Bomb. Take a shot. I started out as a Dirty Bomb streamer. I was one of like 5 Dirty Bomb streamers, and I got help from friends like Mama Mouthy, or I'm sorry, Lady Phoenix Gray, and Proc, and Martin, and Burns.
Shout out to the Dirty Bomb crew.
Yeah, shout out to, and I mean, I even got some free shit from Splash Damage. What's up, Shu? So I was in a niche game where really my problem was just getting the followers. I had no problem with the time or the viewers. It just had to get the followers because there wasn't a ton of people there. So yeah, first off, you have to create value. Don't expect to monetize anything right out the gate. You have to create value for your viewers and your customers, basically your audience. If it's on YouTube, if it's on a podcast, if it's Twitch, if it's whatever, you have to create value before you can monetize. And don't look at anything in media as a get rich quick scheme, because it's not.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with going into something like this or YouTube, or hell, even like just like being a social media influencer on like Instagram. I don't think there's anything wrong with going in with the intention of getting money.
No.
But it's understanding that it takes a long time, and it's not about just you getting the clout. You have to be able to present something that's worthwhile for a consumer to grab, because inevitably you're going to make your money off of sponsorships and stuff like that. But no one is going to seek you out for anything if you do not have a value that you bring to your content.
Yeah. And also, people don't necessarily like advertising. I can tell you, as someone who his entire day is spent scheduling ads. Listeners to my radio stations are usually happier when I don't have a busy work day. In fact, I think the majority of listeners to radio stations would rather I not even be in the building because they would rather just listen to music for free. because that's what they're there for. But we have to pay the bills somehow. Let's get some final thoughts. I'll start with you, Biggs, and then we'll go to Green, and then Quan, and then I think we can wrap up the show after that.
I think the Monstercat idea. I think it's a bad idea. Like, don't waste your money. If you're serious, and I mean, you wanna get into streaming, do it the old-fashioned way. It's gonna help you out in the long run. It's gonna be way more beneficial. Spend that $5 somewhere else. Like, buy a $5 Steam card or something and do a giveaway on your stream.
Get an OnlyFans subscription.
Yeah, something. Like, don't waste your money on that. Get into affiliate, and it's just gonna feel better. Like, doing it the old-fashioned way is gonna feel better. Like, when you hit it, you're gonna feel like you accomplished something. Like, Quantum, when you hit it, man, you're gonna be like, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Nice. Like, it's a good feeling. I still have the feeling. I remember when I hit it.
Mm-hmm.
Danny and Elite were there.
Yeah, I remember when I got the email. I got so fucking drunk that night. I think we were supposed to have a race to see who could drop the first sub on my channel, Danny or Mr. Green, and I filled it out the night before and didn't say anything. And Danny snuck up there and looked at my channel. And
oh no, it was me.
No, it was Green.
It was Green.
Yeah.
Green. Green snuck onto my channel and seen that I had the sub button and subbed to my channel.
I did no such thing. I did it fair and square. I don't know what you're talking about.
Green, final thoughts on this topic.
I don't have anything. Just guys, don't spend your money on this shit when you can. Like, you gotta earn it. Like, focus on your content so people actually come to you when you are affiliate and are willing to drop those subs.
Mm-hmm.
Like, or it's gonna be pointless.
Yeah,
you're gonna be spending money for nothing.
Yeah.
Unless you just like Monstercat.
True. And you want, yeah. Quan.
Yeah. So save your money. Like, I'm not I'm not an affiliate, but I'm loving just the progress to getting there. Just like looking at my analytics and like figuring out, oh, so like this is what this did better this stream than the last stream. What can I change up? It is really, it has been a good learning experience. So save your money. Like, if you need to spend $5, go find a video editor or someone you can pay. I don't know, maybe somebody in the stream. Just use your $5 somewhere else, like on me.
Yeah,
go drop that $4.99 and give Quantum his first sub.
Or subscribe to Quantum's OnlyFans, right?
I will.
Later on.
That's $8.99.
I'll be actively going for that first. By the way,
I will definitely be in the race for that.
Oh, you guys can fuck off. Quan, you can tell me when you hit affiliate so I can subscribe to you.
You don't get special privileges.
Yeah, he's gonna give me the bulgogi recipe. Like, not
yeah,
you.
Me and Green are forming a relationship that you and me have never had, Danny.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Wow.
I already loved him.
There's like 15 years of friendship here, and just destroyed in a sentence. Just tore my. It's like that scene out of The Simpsons. It's like, look, Lisa, you can see the exact moment his heart rips in two. Just okay.
I do have bigger calves than you.
Ooh, that's yeah.
Okay, so that's that. Again, if I can part any advice, is nothing in media is a get rich quick scheme. There are some overnight successes, but the vast majority of them, it's never actually overnight. Media is a tough game. And if you want to know, there's a website you can look at my channel, for example. There's a website that will like rank your channels, and I'm in like the top 4% of channels just because of how much I stream, my viewership, which people know is not that large, and my followers. There's a lot of dead channels out there. There's a lot of people who only have 0 to 1 viewer.
Yeah. Like when you see those guys, those Nick Mercs and those Osmongols, that's like the top 0.001%.
Yeah. So remember that if you're looking at streaming, and that's not to discourage anyone. That's just to be realistic.
Yeah, be realistic though. You don't try to set goals for yourself that you're not gonna hit, because that's really gonna discourage you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So we're done with that conversation. Let's go ahead and wrap up the show. Let's start with Quantum. What's coming up on your channel, and where can people find you? What are they going to find when they get there?
Yeah, so lately I have been streaming Pokemon Nuzlocke. Just got the first episode done a couple days ago. I'm actually going to do my second episode tonight. So I have that, as well as some content I'm going to be putting up onto my... I have a YouTube channel under Quantum, which is going to be more my gaming and for fun stuff. And then just under my normal YouTube channel is just Quan Williams. So that's where you'll see more of my artistic stuff, short films and things kind of like that. But yeah, you can find me on YouTube, Instagram, or YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter at Quantum_Alt, KWANTUM_Alt. And then on Instagram and my other YouTube channel is just Quan Williams. So yeah.
Excellent. Mr. Biggs, what's coming up on your channel? Where can people find you?
My channel is gonna have pretty much just Call of Duty stuff. Grinding camos. If I don't know if anybody's been watching lately, but I'm on the dark matter grind, working on my SMGs right now. Got 2 of them gold, prestiging. And you can find me at twitch.tv/hi_I'm_Biggs. You can also find me on Twitter at Mr. Biggs211 and on YouTube at TTV_Biggs. I don't really put much on my YouTube channel though, but I do have stuff. I swear, it's just it's a lot more work than.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I would recommend you purchase an editor, and I know a few editors.
Green, what's coming up on your channel? Where can people find you?
I'm gonna be playing Call of Duty and Destiny, and I'm thinking about putting together an Among Us night on this weekend. I don't know yet.
Ooh.
So if you all are interested in some Among Us, hey, how you doing?
Yeah.
Hey girl, I'm liking those calves. So,
But
yeah, you can catch me on twitch.tv/Mr. Green Elite. And I'm also on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all the fancy socials. Mr. Green Elite, except for Instagram, which is TTV Mr. Green Elite, because I don't want to talk about it. So,
gotcha.
Danny, what's coming up on your channel?
Well, I'm actually going to speak on behalf of Rev real quick. I don't know what's coming up on his channel, but you guys can find our other co-host, who should be back next week, Revsven, REVSVEN, on twitch.tv/ excuse me, my dinner's fighting back. Revsven, twitch.tv/Revsven. You can also find him on Twitter, RevsvenTV, and on Instagram under that as well. I know he just did a 12-hour stream last weekend where he also did some Zebo's Funhouse, so go watch those VODs. And I'm sure he's got some great indie games for you guys to watch and play. So go check him out over there. I think he's also on TikTok under RevsvenTV. Coming up on my channel, I don't know yet. I just beat BioShock. I did a 12-hour turned into 14-hour stream on Friday. I beat BioShock. I beat Metro Last Light, which I'm going to give a review on Metro Last Light next week. So I'm not sure what I'm going to play next. I have a bit of a backlog. I'm debating if I want to do Fallout 4. Otherwise, I might get Apex updated and play a couple rounds of Apex this week as well. Next week, before the show, I'm not quite sure what I'll be doing, if anything. I'm having my little brother and sister stay with me for a few days before Thanksgiving. So I'm not quite sure what I'll be doing next week, if anything. Otherwise, you guys can find me on Twitter and on Instagram, Danny K, DANIECAE. And you guys can find me on YouTube, the same place where you can find this podcast, Danny K Media on YouTube. Wrapping up the show, guys. We appreciate all of you guys for watching and listening. If you did miss any part of the show at all, you guys can find us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and everywhere podcasts are found. Also, you guys can find us on YouTube, Danny K Media. There's a playlist with all the past episodes. If you guys want to help support the show, go on ahead, drop us a like, follow, and do all that fun stuff. Maybe ring the bell on YouTube. We do have a question of the week. If you guys want to answer the question of the week in the comments, what is the biggest video game betrayal? This question is courtesy of Mr. Quantum Alt. Guys, is that all we wanted to talk about? Anything we needed to bring up again?
Yeah, I got one thing.
What's that?
White Lotus Gaming for life.
That's right. I will say there is some more White Lotus Gaming stuff coming out. We're just building things right now. I'm working on a website. Quan and McRayla are both working on some video elements. We're collecting clips. We're getting all sorts of stuff put together. Yeah, there's a Discord. Mr. Greenlee is putting it.
I'm working on it.
Yeah.
Ooh, promise.
So there is all sorts of good stuff coming for White Lotus Gaming. No, we didn't just like announce it and forget to do it. We're just working behind the scenes and getting you guys some cool stuff for that. All right, guys, have a wonderful rest of your week. Keep fighting the good fight. Stay safe out there. Cancel your Thanksgiving plans. Talk to your family over Zoom if, you want to. Don't
Stay
get sick.
safe. Jesus Christ.
Don't get sick.
Don't get sick, guys.
All right, guys, we'll talk to you later. Bye.